let me outline what we're going to do so we don't jump the gun. What we're going to do is, first thing, we're going to spend some time on just kind of an introductory to the increased toxicity on Twitch in our community, and spend a little bit of time on personal experiences. Now, once we're done with that, and I do want to get done with that, I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want to dwell on personal experiences, and I'm definitely not here to be a platform for anybody's individual personal experience. Second, what I want to do is get right into what this show really can do as a beneficial thing, and that is look for real responses and real resolutions, and also discuss what should be done as far as resolving the issues. Now, the issues, let's be very clear, the issues are specifically hate rating, botting, and harassment. Okay? So I want to make sure that we stay focused on the topic at hand. We don't use this as a platform for our own personal situations, although we will be using personal testimony to help introduce what this all is and the effect that it has in our community. And then really put an emphasis on the tools that are available, like what Josh was talking about, and the responses that have come about, and the resolutions that we can come up with as far as making this thing better. Yep, the hospitals are on the docket. That's part of it. All right. So, first thing, I want to say that I am absolutely not an authority whatsoever on this subject. Okay? My skin is brown, but I'm still a heterosexual male that lives in the United States. Like, I have been attacked and I have had people insult me, but I have not experienced anywhere near some of the stories that I have heard in the past 2 weeks. Okay. And so I am not in any way trying to position myself or this channel as like the go-to for what, for this topic. But I definitely think this topic needs to be talked about. And I definitely don't want this channel to be a magnet for drama. My name is Billy Lane, not Jerry Springer. This is not a fucking drama show. I have no tolerance for people who are abusive, who harass, who have toxicity, who have toxic language. If you want to work towards a resolution and becoming a better human, then I am here to help you, and I'll even forgive you for shit that you've done. But I am not here to be a platform for more of your shit. You can just fucking move right along. All right. That said, how's everyone doing? Everyone doing okay?
Yay!
All right.
I'm getting a drink.
Yeah, you fucking beacon of positivity, you.
All right. Well, sometimes shit's got to be said, man.
I'm with it.
No, the last 2 weeks since the day off Twitch has been happening. There's been a lot of this discussion amongst multiple channels, and I've been listening to a lot of them, and a lot of particular people have been getting called out. Individuals have been getting called out for shit that they've done, and it's been multiple instances from multiple people saying the same thing. So I'm not here to play any of that shit. Like, I know the stories that are out there, and I don't need any more of that. If you want more of that, I'm sure there's plenty of people that are talking about that. But what I'm here to talk about is like what this is and how we can fix it within our community. Ways that we can, I don't know, it's like self-policing. That's kind of a shitty thing to say, but like ways that we can look out for each other, right? And so for me, I'll start with my personal experience, and we can move around. You guys can talk about what you guys have talked about. For me, I have never received a hate raid. Never received anybody coming in with the hate raid thing and spewing all of the language. And you guys know what that does, right? If a bot comes in and starts hate raiding you, Twitch can actually ban your channel because of all of the abusive stuff that gets spewed in your chat. And this can happen even when you're not online. We could raid each other when we're not online, right? We've all raided into a dead channel before. They can raid into any channel, start spewing all kinds of hateful speech, and then Twitch's bot will be like, oh, we don't like this channel, and they will flag it and ban your ass for a few days. Ask Jeff Butler about that. He had a dirty joke bot as a meme, as a troll. He had a dirty joke bot in his Twitch chat. and he got banned for like 7 days from Twitch because of the fucking jokes that the dirty Twitch bot was telling in his chat. It's not a joke. And so that's serious shit, right? These hate raids are not just like harmless. I don't want to say harmless because words hurt, but it's not. There is an impact that those things have, right? There's a malicious intent, right? And so I've never received a hate raid, thank goodness. I know people who have. I've seen clips of it on YouTube. If you want to search hate raid, there's plenty of clips on YouTube. It's not an okay thing. It's terrible. But what I have personally received is hate from an individual, I still don't know who it was, who had multiple accounts. He came into my stream a couple of times. Basically, their angst was the fact that I'm an American playing drum and bass music in the United States, and I'm appropriating a UK sound, and I should just fucking fuck off because I'm a wank yank. And that's happened to me more than once. And and I don't know if it's happened to anybody else. I'm pretty sure it's happened to Catch at least once. And you have your own story about that. We'll talk about that.
Absolutely.
And that was my experience. And I'm telling you, like, as minuscule as that sounds, that still fucks me up. Like, I could still think about that moment today. I saw it happen to From the Annex while he was streaming. It happened to him too. And like that is still in my mind. Like, and the fact that something like, to me, like looking back on it, like, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like somebody just spewing hate. It is what it is, but it still is lingering back there. I haven't forgotten about it. Another thing that happened to me one time on YouTube, somebody started calling me a wannabe Devin Nash and Harris Heller in the YouTube comments. And I thought that one made me laugh.
I mean,
Thank
that's
you.
a compliment.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a compliment.
Thank you.
We got haters. Yay! I made it
The
on
junglist
YouTube.
Devin Nash. How do you feel about that?
Right. But yeah, that was my experience. So like, obviously I'm not like gonna be a person who has had like a deep traumatic issue from the toxicity on Twitch, but I do acknowledge that it does exist, and I definitely think that it's absolutely serious and it needs to be talked about. It needs to be addressed. We needed to stand in solidarity and take a day off Twitch that day, have this conversation later, which we're having now, and I'm happy that we're here doing it. So I said my piece. I'm working our way around the Zoom. Y'all can feel free to say some stuff in the chat if you've experienced it. Catch 22. Have you experienced anything in relation to like toxicity on Twitch in our community?
Yeah. Actually, piggybacking on what you said, if you remember, I was in that chat and I moderated it for you, and somebody in there was like, "Oh, nice catch, nice job, Catch 22, good on that," you know. And from that, I realized that you should never tell thanks to the mod that modded, because then they kind of have like a target on their back, and nobody meant to do it. This was early days when everything was honeymoon, sunshines, and roses. And like, then I went into other channels and I got messages from that guy instantaneously that were like, "I'm going to ruin your channel and I'm going to get get all this hate against you and this and that and the other." So Billy told me, like, I jumped in, and sometimes we lurk in channels and then we walk up and we go get something to eat and we come back and the channel's in a different channel. So you don't know who you're raiding into. And I raided into another channel, and I think it was like, the Tuesday Night Drum and Bass or something like that. And it was happening in there because my channel was in there, and you messaged the people and said, "Hey, this is what's going on," and then he came into From the Annex, because at that time he was just following me. Right. And so it came in From the Annex, and then we had to do the same thing. We had to, I contacted Annex and said, "Hey, after the first comment, I was like, you let me know when you want me to pull the trigger on this." And he was like, "Oh, no problem." And it's that working together that can help regulate that, so. But yeah, and I mean, I even had a problem, that's been brewing for a little while, and I, after some time, I spoke out about it, and I said the same thing you said. People want to come in and be great people. Perfect.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
I was there when you did that. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah. It was tough. Like it was tough. It was something really that I had to come out and figure out. Like, yeah, this is what I want to do. But it was just after, multiple counts and different things that I had seen and just been through. And after a while, you just have to kind of set your tone for your channel and make it abundantly clear that this is how it's going to be. And if it's going to be friendship and, move on in life, then that's great. But if it's not, then there's no reason whatsoever to, let it happen in your channel. Like you said, the moderation is the key. I tell everybody that moderates now, if you can, don't ever point it out. Always, it's kind of like the 3-strike rule. You know what I mean? You pull the comments, and then I think even I think the funniest one was who was it? Mojax was like Bamo or something like that. Ban and move on. BAMO. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of the way to go about it. You know what I mean? I generally always and anyone that I've ever banned, and I've actually only had to ban like one person, but I always message them ahead of time. And I say, hey, cool it out. If you got something that's wrong, or you're having a bad day, please come talk to me. When I'm not streaming, we can work something out. Because everybody,
You're too
everybody
nice.
goes through-
I'll
Yeah,
ban somebody
I
at
know.
random.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, that's me. I've always been,
I
I've always been
don't.
that way.
I'll stop my
Yeah.
stream literally and talk to them. Literally, I like boom. I'm like, all right. So hold on. I gotta, this is,
See-
don't do this again. We don't do this here. If you have a problem with that, see ya.
Right.
Yeah,
Straight
but
up.
I'm also one of these people that doesn't use a mic, and there's a big reason that I don't use the mic.
Yeah.
And that's because I could see myself literally doing that, but not doing it as eloquently as you fine gentlemen and ladies in here do it. You know what I mean? Because
All you
I'm
got to
just not-
do, and this works in real life too. This is how comedians defeat hecklers. You
Yep.
turn the entire crowd against them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That
entertainment
makes
101.
sense. That makes
That's how you
total
deal with
sense,
the heckler. You get,
But,
you get
so I
everybody on your
usually do
side and you
that.
team up against the heckler.
Yeah. I usually message people, and I've got message logs for all this, and I'm like, hey, if you don't mind, like, if you're having a bad day or something's going wrong, that's fine. Or, if this is a comment, that, like, I think this is a negative comment. If you don't mind, it's positivity only. And if you do it again, I'm gonna have to time you out for 10 minutes or ban you, and that's kind of what that's how I approach that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I haven't necessarily have a hate raid, but I have had it where people have came in to further perpetuate it, is the easiest way to say. And then I did the same thing with that. Actually, at that point in time, I just stopped the mic, said something, and then banned them. Because I was just, like you said, just kind of over it. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on, or that's what's happened with me. And I haven't had a hate raid or anything like that. But the main thing when this whole situation was going on is that I just told everybody that when it was happening in other channels, because like when I went to other channels, it like followed me and things like that. And there was aggressive language. And I said, hey guys, I just want to let you guys know, I'll just stay out of your channel until this blows away, because this language can get you banned, just like the joke simulator that you said, or the hate rates, So that was the one thing that I tried to let other streamers know,
Anybody else in the Zoom room have an experience? Nikki, I want to talk to you particularly. I know you have a lot of experience with being a moderator of several channels here on Twitch. Anyone else in the Zoom? Joshua, Carl, what do you got?
I've had both the hate raid and the bot, the hotspot. But I think I got the hate raid in its infancy. I used to be part of Vintage Fridays with like a DJ called Quest and Yoshi, and Yoshi always went before me. And Yoshi rated me, I think it was like maybe 90 or 110 people or something like that, which is usually what he came with. And immediately just the most over the top racist shit ever. Now, I'm obviously on the surface a white dude, and it was just like, all kinds of crap about appropriation of culture. And then once they figured out my picture thing where you can take a picture of me and it shows their thing, they all went and they changed their avatars to like Hitler and like a swastika, and then like the Family Guy episode when Peter figured out that like one of his great ancestors was a slave, so it's like kind of like Black Peter, changed it to that, and then the comment that showed up under my face was, I'm a fucking racist. So like pictures were showing up like me with the swastika, with the I'm fucking racist, and I'm just like, Well, I have one or two things to do. I can just ignore it and just shut everything down, or I can just, I can just try to play with them. And I just literally just ignored it. I shut off the camera thing, so that wasn't a thing anymore. And I just ignored them. And like I said, this wasn't, I think, in their infancy, because it was only like, of the 100 people that came over, there was probably only like 20 or 30 people that were doing it. And I said to the chat, I'm like, just ignore them. They'll go away. They're kids. They'll get bored when we don't, talk back to them. Just nobody interact. And sure enough, like 10 minutes later, they were gone. The other one, which we've all seen, is the Haas bot, which is the newest sort of tech implementation of the
Nikki's
thing.
had a good
And,
experience with that. She was talking
Yeah,
about that
um,
particular.
I've been like
that
120, I mean, from different channels, but I was just in there /ban Haas this one, Haas that one, Haas this one, Haas that one.
Yeah, it's insane. It's
Yeah,
insane. So that's
Something
it's an
on the
aggressive one.
hotspots. I started doing research on that. Couple things. One, I was looking for somebody somewhere on Reddit or in the internet that has a giant ban list. Why not? Why isn't there
I have
just a
I
whole
have
bunch of
it.
people out there? You do?
Yeah, I do
I've
too.
got a
link
I
to
do
it
too,
also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So share it. I'd love to see that.
Sure.
The
It's
bots
commander root
themselves.
ban list.
So
Yep.
from a techie standpoint, when you think about it, what they're doing and what could be possible. So all of us watch our streams, right? If the hotspots come in and you're watching your stream, they can tag your IP, and technically they could, in theory, DDoS your IP address and take you off stream.
Right.
And I've been trying to look at this. Carla was the one who actually started banning them in my channel, thankfully. They haven't been around as much the last few weeks or so, but I think they started off a hospital records, but that's really all I've had on my experience.
Hospital
side.
records. That's fucking awesome.
Yep. And that's really where it came from. But
Can I
really,
just say
that's all
something
I
real
wanted
quick?
to mention on that.
Real quick
was
to
just that.
Joshua Carl. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. You're right. Go ahead. My
You're
bad.
good, man. That's it. That's all I
Oh.
wanted to say is that so far, that's all it's affected me. But I just wanted to mention the DDoS part, right? They're logging IP addresses. They have a Discord server and they're dumping all that crap into a big ass database.
And
For what?
if you
Who
ever
knows?
clicked
But-
if you ever clicked on a Haas bot, they for sure got your IP address. Yeah.
Yep.
Nikki, so you've been going ham. I remember just this past weekend with the bonanza of Haas's coming through.
See what you did there.
You see what I did there?
I did see what you did there. I
Thank
just
you.
got it.
What was your experience over the weekend with this crazy attack that was going on?
It's definitely a learning experience. I found from the mod side, one of the easiest ways that I would see them coming in, if you go to the menu of stuff and you go to the activity feed and you click on it, you can pop it out.
Mhm.
So as soon as those hotspots would come in, because I can't see them as they come in on the users in the chat,
Right.
that has to update. But if I have the activity feed up and running, then as soon as they start adding themselves, I can go in, hit the 3 little dots and click report, which doesn't let you write out anything or click any other buttons to say, they were spam or malicious or yada, yada, yada. It just there's a report thing. But then I would just copy that name really quick, toss a ban on the chat message, and then paste it in and try to get them as quickly as possible.
We have 2 giggling boys in the back of the classroom when Nikki was trying to talk about something serious. What
I'm
the
glad
hell?
you changed it. I put messages in Fader's chat while he was doing his thing, and he set off my lights.
Oh, you guys are passing
Wow.
notes.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Everything's somber and serious, and we're back there like, hee. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Not worried about you.
Sorry.
See what they do?
It's never too early for humor.
Dude, there's been some funny ones going around. Have you guys seen the this one? This one's pretty good. Hold on, let me see. This one was probably my favorite one. Where's it at? Let's see. This one right here. This Twitch streamer and Hotspot. That one was pretty hilarious. That one, who posted that one? That one came in from Guac in the Discord, in the 916 Junglist Discord.
He's the meme master.
Dude.
Guac
Big
is
up
the
Guac.
meme master.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
big
up
up
Guac.
Guac.
So yeah, the seriousness that some of the stories that people have told have been freaking crazy on some other channels. And I'm not here to try to one up any of that shit. That shit is crazy.
But can I
go ahead.
say one thing real quick? Like,
Yeah.
even like, here's the thing where I come from with a lot of this stuff that's happened, right? Because I saw some shit this when the initial like day off Twitch happened, some shit where I just kind of like shook my head. Even if you yourself as a viewer, as another streamer on the platform or whatever, have not specifically been targeted for this or of a marginalized anything, you can still get behind helping people. You can still get behind being of service, and you can still help bring about awareness and raise marginalized voices of that situation. Because this, like, the toxicity in like the just is, it's one thing, but like, we gotta be good people first. And even if you're not being fucked with, or my skin tone isn't isn't darker than the next streamers who's going to get fucking shit on because toxicity happens, you can still band together. We can still do good things on this platform. We can still be good fucking people. And like that, this shit that happens like last week about it just rubbed me the wrong.
What were the words that you heard?
I heard from another streamer that during our day, the day that we took off stream, which was last Wednesday, correct? Or 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks ago. It
was 2 weeks ago.
Right. So that the 2 Wednesdays ago, right? We didn't stream. I had a scheduled stream, and I literally aired just a static image that was basically showing what was happening, the day off Twitch, what the hate raids were, that marginalized voices needed, that Twitch needed to do better, and all of that shit, right? I heard from another streamer on the platform that said that they were planning to still stream anyway, after having heard the whole situation, having experienced a fucking hate raid themselves, still going to stream on the platform because the organizers of the initial part of the movement, he didn't associate with them. Because apparently the initial thing started, with a couple of black trans streamers in the gaming community started really getting hate rated and nasty shit. Like, so a lot of this stemmed from that. Right. And those folks' lives are already challenging and complicated enough as far as suicide rate and like all of it, right? So the fact that the another streamer who is African American, who is black, say that like, I don't associate with those type of people, or that I'm not in that bubble, being either gaming community and or the black trans community, that they were feeling that they don't associate with that kind of that doesn't affect them.
So they're saying it's not their problem.
Yeah, it's not their problem. So they're gonna still stream. My heart fucking hurt when I heard that, because it's like I hit the lottery. I am white. I am a man, and I live in America. The fact that other people can that have a hard time, and I'm straight. I forgot that one. The fact, like, I don't have to be like physically going through the same experience as someone else to be able to empathize with them and know that they need to tell their story, that their experience matters, and that I may need to shut the fuck up and take a back seat or listen or to do it in that situation. Right. So that shit just fucking rubbed me the complete fucking wrong way, to hear someone say that it's not, that they don't associate with that kind of thing. It's not their problem, in that situation, to when it's like, man, like, what the
then what happens when they come in and do it to him? You don't associate with
they already did. They did hate raid the streamer already, and he got rid of them and did the tools, and like, he did all the things that need to be done. But the fact that it was in the gaming community, and that they were black, that they were trans, because the streamer was black, that they were trans, that he didn't associate with that. And then he didn't, and like, his justification is that it's that they're in their lane over there, and that's not here. That's not the music category. That's not DJs. That's not him or his people or whatever. So I'm like, I was completely
that's pretty
fucking floored.
marginalized because I've seen raids come in on a female streamer where of course they just start hitting on her, you're so fun, you show, just inappropriate comments, and she's married and I'm in here, I'm not a mod, but I'm like, dude, there's a fat rock on her finger. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Like, move on. If you want to do that, OnlyFans.
Right. Well, there
Comment
might
on
even
that,
be
and
other
that-
channels where they lick ear microphones and on Twitch. I don't care. If you want to go do that, go do that.
I followed her on Twitch.
The comment on that actually happened to me. Nikki, that actually happened to me.
I'm okay with
So,
that. I am not shaming
Yeah.
anybody for doing anything like that on Twitch. I think that's
of course not.
beautiful. Go for it. And if the church,
That's a freak
if
flag
that's where
pod.
if that's the content you want to consume, then go consume that content. I don't personally. I think it's kind of stupid. But I mean, that sounds like Fader's into it. So go watch someone lick an ear mic. It's all
Well,
you,
it's,
dude.
it's a classic case of coming in somewhere and demanding what you want from some place that doesn't provide it.
What
It's
do you
the
do,
same thing
Josh?
that we-
What were you doing?
It's when
You were
it's that-
coming somewhere? Okay, good.
and going. And
Demanding.
when someone comes in and demands you change what you're doing, even though that either that's the brand or that's what the place wants you to do, it only happens in like the DJ realm or Twitch or artistry. Like you don't go into like JP Morgan and be like, make me a ham sandwich. They'd be like, we're a fucking law firm. Like, we don't care. I'm here. I want a ham sandwich. It doesn't happen.
Right.
But it's okay to go to a DJ and be like, hey, house sucks. Play hip hop. Well, this is a house spot. No, I don't care. This sucks. Play hip hop. We've all seen the memes. We've all seen the videos and stories. And it's the same thing. Like, there's a girl streaming on Twitch. She's clearly married. She's having fun. She has a community. And somebody's going to come in and change the way the stream is and make it for them. Because, I mean, it's always kind of been a problem with people being selfish, but more so in the last decade or two, where people are like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to make this whole shit about me. Like, you need to do this for me. And it's like, who are you?
Right.
Go somewhere else and make it about you, man. Start your own
What
page.
reaction do you really expect? Do you really think that you're going to come in and be like, oh my God? You better
Yeah. Let me let me
Right.
raid out real quick. Send me your address. I'll be there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw away my whole life over a fucking couple screen name because of your screen name in the chat right now. Let's go.
Because it has a 69.
So
That's-
Whoa,
Even the
whoa,
day
whoa! I
before-
mean,
the day
come on.
before,
like,
I mean,
yeah, you're walking a thin line there. Okay.
the day before the day off Twitch, I went on
Yeah.
Twitch's website. It's a YouTube clip if you guys want to watch it. I went on Twitch's website and I went through the tools that they provided that you can use in your chat or in other people's chat to assist you in sort of catering the users and that you want to see and users you don't want to see, right? And so we've gone over that. Another thing that Twitch has done in response, continuing with the response section here, Twitch has sued users over, let me get rid of these ads. Twitch has sued users over alleged hate raids against streamers. So Twitch is actually doing a civil case, like litigating against these people. And Lexi, help us out here. You should be in the Zoom right now. The lawsuit accuses two anonymous users of targeting Black and LGBTQIA plus streamers with racist, homophobic, sexist, and other harassing content in violation of its terms of service. Absolutely in violation. Since early August, Twitch has been wrestling with an epidemic of harassment against marginalized streamers known as hate raids. These attacks spam streamers' chats with hateful and bigoted language, amplified dozens of times a minute by bots. On Thursday, after a month of trying and failing to combat the tactic, Twitch resorted to the legal system, suing two alleged hate raiders for targeting Black and LGBTQIA plus streamers with racist, homophobic, sexist, and other harassing content in violation with its TOS. We hope this complaint will shed light on the identity of the individuals behind these attacks and the tools they have that they exploit. Dissuade them from taking similar behaviors to other services and help put an end to these vile attacks against members of our community, Twitch spokesperson said at a comment to Wired. So basically, I don't want to get into the article and start naming their names because I don't agree with putting their names out there. That means that they won, in my opinion. That goes back to the Hollywood hacking and even graffiti. It's all about getting your name out there, right? So I'm not going to go further in the article when they talk about the actual names of the people. But I will say that good on Twitch for going to a civil suit and setting an example, right?
Yeah.
So
That means they're this is business.
Right.
They're at
not
least
letting it just
listening.
simmer down. Yeah, yeah.
They got to put out
Listening, they're not just listening, they're
brief.
taking act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like they're taking official legal action.
I mean, it's obviously a
Which is
good
great.
PR move too, but if it actually has weight behind it and they do actually implement change and shit like that, then good. Yeah. 100%.
Right.
I couldn't stop looking at Rick James, the little Showtime documentary or whatever that was on the pop-up window in there too.
Oh yeah, was it pretty hot?
I don't know. I'm gonna check it out though. It's on
Yeah.
Showtime.
It looks awesome. Yeah. free ads, right? So that's Twitch's reply. They've implemented some tools. They haven't implemented the tool, which would be linking your account to your cell phone and having a maximum of 3 accounts linked to your cell phone. And I think that if they implement that, I would be very happy because that type of 2-factor authentication will definitely keep people from creating multiple accounts under the same email, which they currently can, which is how the Haas bot works. So it's stupid, right?
Cough, man, like deep stash. Cough.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did it in a harmless troll, and it's being taken and used maliciously, right?
In the hands for evil, in the hands of good, that's
the multiple
way
account thing
it
is
goes down.
really where it's bad. Like I think if they didn't allow the multiple account, then you could just kindly go on, block a person, and go on with life, and you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Did you guys hear
accounts from the VIP or VPN or IP is the problem?
Did you guys hear the original Haas tweeted? This is Entity posted this.
No, I haven't heard any of it. I've been wondering.
Dude, oh my
about the
God.
original
Entity posted this in the Discord. Check this out. This is hilarious. He said,
I read that earlier.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Since August 22nd, I have been the subject of bots, hate raids, hate spam, etc. My name has been used to create hundreds of fake accounts. I have answered countless DMs to people who either want to show support or who believe I had something to do with all of those. I have seen some names made. Whoever is doing this is clearly a part of this community, and clearly they don't like me. They have started going after those who I care about, who have supported me through this. I am done. I'm out. To whoever you're doing this, you win. Enjoy your life. Fucking loser. Thank you to everyone who showed all the support you have. I really do appreciate everything. Dude, Haas is out.
Oh,
Wow.
poor guy.
So I guess the Judge Judy Slayer was like who was supporting him. That's why she was part of the massive bot attack too on her name.
Yeah.
Or their name.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's his IP. So even if he creates another character from Bonanza, it doesn't matter. It's still him. So
House.
he'd have to do some serious proxy shit, which is, sketch on Twitch's terms of service. So
Yeah.
Blueberry Dogs is the new set of names after Haas.
See, I do a lot of modding from my phone, which does run through a VPN, but I'm broadcasting not from a VPN. So I think it kind of does help in that regard.
right. Yeah.
Billy, I gotta go.
You got to bounce? You do
Yeah,
got to
it's 10
bounce.
It's
10
10
till.
Have a good set,
All right.
Fader.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's not
We're going to be hitting
true.
Fader very soon.
He's
I want-
got a
Okay, so this is taking a little bit longer than I was planning
See you
on,
this
but we're going to keep
weekend, buddy.
moving. Fader, I
course.
promise we'll hit you in this hour. I really want to support Fader in his trip to Chicago.
A virtual trip to Chicago.
Yes. Okay. Let's keep it moving because this is still very important. More resolutions that we can provide. Okay. This is something that I would like to give props to DJ Miss Ninja. Actually, when we had her on, I'm talking months ago, before they were even called hate raids. Miss Ninja received a bot raid where a bunch of bots started following her channel all of a sudden and were saying things into the chat. And she was trying to explain it to us when I interviewed her on this channel months ago on DJ's Not DJing. And she was saying that with a little bit of research, she was able to use something called Commander Root in her chat in order to find all of the follows that followed her, all the bots that followed her, remove those bots from her follow list, and also, strike them from her channel. And she was able to do that using the Commander Root tool. I'm gonna give you the link to that right now. So this is one thing that you can do.
These are one that I was talking about earlier.
These are bots. Yeah, right. Yeah, I believe it.
Bots that help our channel.
These are good bots. They're the Autobots, not the Decepticons. And then another bot for good, and this was something that was brought up by Gypsy Kid originally for us. I'm sure it's been floating around for a lot of different circles, but for us it was Gypsy Kid who brought this up, and it was the Surrey bot. Oops, I grabbed the wrong link. Hang on.
Yeah, I've actually got the link to their Discord. Do you want me to throw that in the
Throw that
chat?
in the chat. Throw that in the chat. Yeah. Grab their Discord. That would be a good move. And also, this is their Twitch channel, which is part of the instructions. The way that these things work is you basically follow them and use a chat command in their chat, uses like !join or something like that. And then you add that bot as a moderator to your channel. In this case, it'd be Suri_bot. My phone is going to keep going off every time I say that, by the way. And the way that it works is it adds commands to your chat where you can basically remove the bots as they come in. And there's also already an automatic, both of them have an auto ban list of the hotspots and things like that. Now, I have very little experience with this, so I'm giving you a general overview. Does anybody in the Zoom already using it and have it in place? Joshua Carl, thank you so much. Give us some insight, please.
Well, let me pull up the thing I just sent you. You can put it on the screen if you want. That thing I put in the chat. It's actually the instructions on exactly how to do it, because there is some sort of like, not discrepancy. It's just if you're not well versed in how to do these things, that you need a step-by-step. So just trying to find mine. But like you said, you follow, you go there, you go on their page, you click join, you go back in, you add them as a mod, then you go back to their chat and you give them some permissions, or you activate or deactivate, or you can even deactivate your chat when you're not streaming using their thing, or you can do that anyways, just using your Twitch things. But it's really simple. It literally only took me 3 minutes to set up. I'll see if I can. Is there a way to put this in the chat so people can see it? I'm trying to find the actual instructions. So yeah, go to their channel, !join, go into your mod settings, add SariBot, go back to the channel, type in !follow ban. That enables the bot to ban and block known accounts. Then they say it's recommended to type in streamer, !streamer account, and that gives them permission to block all the hotspots, because the rate limiting that's happening from Twitch, that'll allow that. And then you can also do the offline lock. So when you're done with your show, you do offline lock and it'll lock up your page, so none of the hotspots can follow you when you're not actually on your page, or if you're away from your computer, when you're not monitoring your page.
Yeah, offline lock sounds like a good idea. That's when we were talking about earlier. You can get a hate raid when you're not even online, and all of that vulgar language could possibly get you a ban on Twitch faster than a DMCA violation. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is turn on verified email only. That's I haven't done it yet, but some of my friends have, and what that causes, the only people that can interact or do anything on your page have to have signed in with a verified email.
Yeah,
So
I have mine on.
That's another thing you can do. It helps. It's not going to fix the problem, but it's another line of defense.
Where's that at?
It's in your settings.
Settings. Yep.
I need to enable the SiriBot on the 916 channel. I've noticed that there has been a slowdown since the past weekend of the hotspot stuff, but obviously the toxicity on Twitch and the harassment is not going anywhere. People are people, and like I've been saying this since the beginning, like we're still a small community and there's a lot of benefits to being small. But the larger you get, there's going to be more politics involved with this and more division amongst us based on certain people's actions or certain people's belief systems or whatever the hell it is these days.
People getting hurt over stupid shit.
That
Or people
more
just
often
getting
than not that.
That's exactly what it is. More successful, things of that nature.
Right. And so I think that the idea of wanting to come up with a solution that doesn't necessarily like fix everything per se, but coming up with these solutions so far have been pretty decent. And I'm actually looking forward to applying this Siri bot to the 916 channel. It seems pretty non-destructive. Like you can, if you're not happy with it. By the way, someone's killing your lights right now, Josh.
I know. I'm gonna find out who it is in a second.
It's probably
Chuck the
E-Rock.
bounty
Fader?
hunter. No, it's Chuck the bounty hunter.
Let's check the bounty hunter. I
Ah.
love it. If you are in a situation where you're getting botted, there's plenty of things to help you resolve that. But the idea of a human being circumventing things like account limitations and stuff like that still needs a lot of work. And I think that Twitch can do better in a lot of ways, and that way is probably the most important thing that they can do. I think harassment is a big deal on Twitch. And I've been saying this for a while, if you want to look to the future, look to people that have been on Twitch for like 6 to 9 years at this point, right?
All the gamers, right?
Yep. And listen to the things that they're saying, because that is our not so distant future, especially as this community grows. And that's the intent, I'm thinking, for a lot of us, is to keep growing our communities and keep expanding our reach. And so if you want to look into your not so distant future, look into these streamers that have been doing it a little bit longer and listen to their frustrations and figure out a way that you can prevent that from happening in your own community, or acknowledge that it is going to happen and take the preventative measures to be prepared for something like that. And I was saying it in the very beginning, people were all up on Twitch with the DJs saying, this is a beautiful community and everybody's supporting everybody. And oh my God, this is amazing. Let's all live on a rainbow. And I'm like, yo, go into a World of Warcraft. This is my aging myself. Go into a League of Legends stream and tell me like how supportive and positive some of those people are. Like it's not you.
It's bad.
It's
All
bad.
you see is deleted comment, timed out, banned, pulled comments. It's bad.
Right.
And one thing too that they can do is the account thing that you said. The other thing is when Twitch streamers get banned, it's totally breaking all forms of TOS for them to go and set up another account and stream. But Twitch has to be able to see that. They have to see VPNs, IP addresses. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Same usernames. That's the one that they really could do some work on as well.
Yeah, Norpsky had a really good stream on this the other day. You should definitely check her VODs. If you can do a shout out to Norpsky, one of the mods, that'd be awesome. They had a really good panel, and there was a lot more personal experience there that I don't have. And so, like we said from the beginning, I'm not an authority on this. I want to do the right thing, which is bring as much awareness to this issue as I possibly can. And on top of that, try to provide as much resolution as I can without trying to say, this is what it takes to fix it, because I don't know what it takes to fix it. I'm not the fucking expert. All I know is that like this shit is wrong and we need to fucking work on it. And so these are the tools that I have in front of me. These are the tools that I've been presented. And before we raid into proper Chicago, I want to thank everyone for being cordial and being professional through all of this. That was super awesome. I hope we had a decent show and a decent coverage of this topic. It was really important that we did this right. And I hope everybody out there has a wonderful and blessed experience on Twitch. Big up, y'all. Love you.
Big ups.
Boochie boochies. Wah, wah, wah.